And joining me now is Democratic Congressman from Michigan, Representative Shri Thanedar, who is also a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us today. So much to get to because this shutdown is set to stretch into another week as the Senate standoff carries on. So how do you see it, as a Democrat? Should they budge?
Laura, thanks for having me. At this stage, both parties are dug into their positions, and we have not been negotiating. There is no appetite on the part of Mike Johnson or the Senate leadership or the president to really come to the table with some good faith negotiations to end this hardship on American people.
A lot of people who are listening to this, you got to see what we're talking about here. So we want to put something up for everybody and take a look at both parties' demands. At the heart of the shutdown fight is health care subsidies for 22 million Americans. Now, Republicans want to pass a short-term funding bill to keep the government funded until the end of November. And then around 580,000 federal workers could be furloughed with all of this as well. So when you take a look at the party demands side by side, how do you see it playing out?
Well, look, we are not close. We are not close. This fight is about access to health care, affordability of health care. If we do not get this health care credits to continue, millions of people will be thrown off of health care coverage. Many people will double their, in my district, in Detroit, 35% of my residents have incomes below $60,000 annually. Their premiums, health insurance premium will double. They will not be able to afford health care, and they will, lives will be lost. So this is life and death issue for Americans, and we are not going to give in. We are not going to cave in. We're not going to give in. We're going to keep fighting this.
All right. And also, while I have you, I want to ask you about what's going on with the National Guard, because just this morning, the Trump administration announced that National Guard troops in Memphis are making progress in their crime crackdown. Switching gears here, let's take a listen to what the White House press secretary said on that.
153 arrests have been made in Memphis, including 5 gang members. 48 illegal guns have been seized, and 5 missing children have already been recovered. Last night, 60 arrests were made, and 21 illegal firearms were seized. Arrests from last night include a suspect wanted for rape of a child under 13, first-degree murder, breaking and entering, aggravated assault, illegal drug possession, and many more.
Look, it's a huge issue. So, is the administration seeing the same results across the country as you're taking a look at it? How do you see it?
Well, look, what the president said, that ICE is going to go after gang members, is going to go after hardened criminals. Instead, they're coming to Home Depot parking lots. They're going to construction sites. They're picking up fathers who are dropping their kids at the daycare center. 17-year-old kid, a Hispanic kid that was arrested and deported. These are not hardened criminals. What they're doing is that they have a quota. I had a conversation with the ICE director in Detroit, and I talked about that. They are really going after numbers. Wherever they can get brown people, racial profiling people at construction sites. These are hardworking immigrants, and they are helping our economy. They're keeping our economy going, and they are arresting moms. They are arresting American citizens, children with leukemia, denying them health care.
Well, let me ask you just really quick before I let you go. Isn't it both? Isn't it what we're seeing? You mentioned what's happening in the Home Depot parking lots, but it's also going after hardened criminals as well. Do you see it that way as well?
They are to go after hardened criminals, and when they do that, I have no issue with that. When they go arrest gang members, I have no issue with that. But it's the moms, arresting fathers, dropping off their kids. It's young kids denied access to their medications. Young kids missing their doctor's appointment because ICE is detaining them. Those are the issues. This is the due process. Every person in America must receive his or her due process, and that's what we're fighting for.
All right. Well, we'll see how it plays out. We'll continue to follow it. Congressman Shri Thanedar, thank you very much for joining us today.